Big History is a course that draws on a wide variety of content from a number of different disciplines. First-time BHP teachers are often surprised and sometimes overwhelmed by the diversity of resources. Not only do BHP teachers and students work with primary sources, but they encounter a rich set of images, infographics, graphs, secondary sources, biographies, posters, and videos. This variety helps make the course more interesting, and it helps to prepare students for the world beyond school. However, the range of texts and other content can be challenging to students and teachers. Consider video. BHP has over 50 short videos that capture engaging lectures delivered by compelling speakers, people like David Christian and John Green. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that these videos are self-explanatory, that the learning from them is effortless. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy. Sorry, this just isn't true. Teachers need to teach students how to read videos carefully and critically. And, unlike written text, which students can reread or puzzle over, with video it's often difficult for kids to pause or go back a few seconds to review. In this video, we'll talk through a few key strategies for using video in your classroom. First, you want to help set a purpose for the video. Remind students of the driving questions. Get them thinking about how this video will advance the overall narrative of the course. Second, we'll talk about using the transcripts as a resource for previewing and viewing the video. Third, we'll talk about using the 3 close reads approach to reading video. So let's get started by talking a bit about setting a purpose. Before watching any video, refocus students' attention on the driving question for the unit or for the day's lesson. If you can, get the students thinking about the big questions that will come out in the video before they watch it. Encourage students to articulate their answers to these questions, misconceptions and all, as it will help them hang on to the big ideas as they watch the video. Each video in the course includes a transcript and a notebook. The notebook is the same as the transcript, except it leaves half of each page empty and includes some guiding questions along the side of the page. You can find the transcript and notebook for a video by clicking on the 3 dots at the bottom of the thumbnail. That's the little image for that video, either in the lesson view or on the unit page. Lots of BHP teachers find that reading the text transcript together with watching the video is a powerful way to promote active viewing. BHP has a consistent approach to reading that's used across the course. This same approach is helpful for actively viewing video. The first of the 3 close reads is called GIST. Here, students are simply trying to get the big idea of the video. This is one place where the transcripts can be really helpful. Many teachers have students look through the transcript for key vocabulary words or key concepts that are introduced in the video. Again, the driving question for the unit or the lesson is helpful in this pre-read of the video. It can also be quite helpful to ask kids how this particular video fits within the thresholds and discusses how it's connected to earlier or later thresholds. In the second close read, you'll look at the factual information covered. In the lesson view of each video is a list of factual questions about the content. If you select the Pause at Key Ideas option in the viewer, the video will pause and project these questions. The key here is that students really need to understand the information being conveyed. We want to make sure what's being said is understood before we really get into the significance and meaning of the information. In this viewing, you might ask students to look for any unsupported or poorly supported claims. This helps get students to listen closely. The third and final read-through is focused on the conceptual questions raised by the video. The lessons include 1 or 2 conceptual questions for every video. These questions get at how the ideas in the video amplify the larger ideas of the lesson. Teachers find this is a good time to ask students to elaborate on any confusing or interesting ideas they've come across in the video. This will help students look for places where the big ideas are not getting through or where they connect to the rest of the lesson. Students might find multiple viewings of video a little tedious, especially at first. No surprise, since this is equally true of reading texts. Over time, they might find that they don't need to be this deliberate and that they can listen for facts and concepts at the same time. But as students are first learning these practices, it's important to take the time to develop this close read habit in a deliberate way. You might be tempted to simply flip the classroom from the get-go. But if your students don't have good active viewing habits in place, you might not get the results you're looking for. Over time, as good habits develop, yes, flipping the classroom might make sense. So there you have it. Just a quick recap. When working with any BHP content, but especially videos, teachers must remember to set the purpose for the video to stimulate interest. Second, use the transcripts for each video to help support active viewing. And finally, when using the videos, follow the 3 close reads approach, just as you would with any written text. That's all for now. Be sure to visit our blog or the BHP teacher community on Yammer to talk more in depth about working with videos in BHP.